Okay, welcome back. I'm going to show you the second video now. This one is for all the interiors for the Pentagon. And it starts with the exterior. Sorry. Alright, the first one is the actual bunker complex. I actually duplicated, well, no, I completely redesigned. Yeah, all this is a redesign. So you remember the lab complex where Liberty Prime was stored in the Pentagon bunker for Fallout 3? Completely redesigned. Presidential Metro, off to the left. You can now this is an error. In order to package all of this into one NIF, I had to get rid of the custom color scheme for the flooring that's supposed to be yellow to mimic the flooring from Operation Anchorage, which had that unique military tile coloring, but I couldn't get it to work because of technicalities. And here is the main chamber where Liberty Prime is stored. Well, since the Liberty Prime is in Fallout 4, he wouldn't be there in this, but you get where I'm going with it. Pentagon-shaped tiles, which I thought was a nice touch. The flooring goes way down for ventilation effect. Of course, you have the storage crates all over the place. The actual interior itself, you can see right here, more Pentagon-shaped lighting effects. Color popped for, all the custom pipes in the wall and stuff of that nature. Offices on the second floor. These are for like scribes and stuff. Let's see, research lab area for like the Order of the Shield, not Order of the Shield. Yeah, it was Order of the Shield and Order of the Sword. Then you have Dirge's Armory right here with a shooting range. All of this is also nav meshed, by the way, so, yeah. And, of course, you have ramp access to the upper floors, and, oh my god, yeah, work on this was pretty extensive. I tried to keep it kind of, it still looks really like a Bond villain hideout, but I tried to make it look nice because I know that someone would eventually want to use this for something, and I really like the integration of all the Pentagons because it's the Pentagon, and that's that. Now on to, if I remember correctly, this is a ring. Now this design doesn't have all 5 sides, unfortunately, but the actual size of the dungeon itself more than compensates for it, because it's like an entire side, which is just a ridiculous amount of content. You can see all the entrances and how they phase into B-ring. All the lighting is done, all the nav meshing is done. It's essentially a giant vertical dungeon. If I had to give it like how big I think it is, this is probably I'm trying to think of I'll get to it later. Anyway, it comes with several amenities which weren't in the original. Here you have a sort of greenhouse hydroponics garden which was built into this. That wasn't in the original. Yeah. Kind of really proud of how that turned out too. I actually experienced and there's your barracks, 2 floors of barracks. Then you have the Great Hall, which is right over here. But yeah, I experienced like a glitch with this at one point where the Havoc caused it all to collapse, and then I had to reinvestigate, and I couldn't get the glitch to duplicate for some weird reason. Oh yeah. The Lion's Den actually takes up 3 floors in this because I couldn't figure out an area where else to squish it in. Then you have like the section where you can just transition up and down between floors, even though the option to transition up and down between floors exists in multiple areas of the design. 3 floors of essentially a vacant elevator shaft. Construction area right here. Those are errors from packaging right there. I've actually had to tinker with it more to make it work. Archive section right here. And then above that is the library, which is, these areas are, well, it used to be one area from Fallout 3, and I extended it out into 2 areas and 2 separate floors to make it work. So, your microfilm machines. yeah, this is what's up with that. But yeah, all of this is nav meshed. All of it's already been packaged into a skull. The reason it's in a skull is because if I didn't do that, this thing would break your computer. And in fact, in certain areas, it's still like it'll make your computer chug. Oh, and you can transition between one side and the other, but using a tunnel right here. This tunnel actually goes under the broken down portion of the wall, which you see on the exterior. So yeah, that's how that works. One thing that I did a lot of effort on was to try and make a significant portion of the A-ring essentially look like it was in a reconstruction. And you're going to find computers around the actual installation to that effect, which will share more on the background lore for the building. This is entirely up in the air. People are free not to use it if they don't want it. And here's me fixing a noticeable mistake. I actually found a clip error, and I was like, okay, if I'm gonna I don't want to re-record this, so I'm just gonna fix it right here and now. And it's like, boop. So yeah, that's what was up with that. Like, I've still been finding errors on this, like, weeks after having fixed it and finished it. But yeah, I didn't do all 5 sides, but it's essentially a giant vertical dungeon, so, it's like, eh. Right, B-ring. This actually brings you out right here to the, this is like a, what do you call it? The motor pool exit. Yeah, this thing has a motor pool now, and it's in B-ring. This is just an area where they repair vehicles. And the exit actually goes through Metro Tunnel, which exits onto the top area of the map. But if you really want to tinker with it, you could just add the Metro exit into another Metro section, and then just have an alternative exit, so that you could add like Metro tunnels to this, which would in turn allow you to do other parts of DC if you really wanted to. But yeah, you can see this is like a corner section right here, and how it all looks. And that was not easy getting all those ramps in there. It messed with my head. You can see how the exits link up to the other exits, which are in the A-ring portion of the map. But yeah, so it's like the motor pools on the bottom floor. And you have the not chop shop, what do you call it? The clinic, which is on the second floor. And then you have the solar armor on the top floor. And this is the alternative entrance for the vehicles, which get taken out by crane instead of taking the tunnel out. You have the brig on the bottom. Then you have the embassy on the floor above it. Let's see, the chapel and the post office there, and they have the magazine right there, and then on the top you have the it's sort of like a command center for TACCOM center, that's the term, where they use the radios and stuff. Also, I included the crane because I realized on the top floor you would be able to see the crane, so that's what's up with that being in the map. And then later on I came back through after this was all filmed, and then I added the sky effects, and it actually looks way better than this now. They have these things called clouds now. So yeah, this is all nav meshed as well. And like the full thing is like 4 floors high, and it's just not including the sub-basement area, or which has the alternative exit which leads out onto the map with the metro tunnel. So yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get all 5 sides, but the game could not handle it, and that's all.